All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I am your host, Vays, coming to you live from the Sao Paulo International Airport. Having my wine before a nice long 10-hour flight, and I am not in business class, which is gonna suck. Yeah, it's a bear market, folks. Times are tough. No, I didn't get my upgrade. I have so many United Plus points, and that business class ticket was going to cost me like $3,000, but instead I paid like 500, and then I saw I wasn't going to get my business class upgrade, so I paid an extra like 300 to like just bump myself up to like the premium class, which is that in between class. And I'm third on the upgrade list, so maybe I'll get lucky and like some flight is delayed or something and a bunch of people don't show up on the flight. Anyway, I got like 20-30 minutes. Let's go to the charts. I've been looking at your live chat. All right, looks like things are working. Let's go to charts. The month is over. You believe another month has ended? Man. Eating some nuts. I don't care about Pepe's, guys. I just don't. Almonds. It's mixed. It's everything. Okay. Weekly chart. Weekly chart is going to close us with a green star candle. That is bullish. Looks like a nice bullish close to the week. So let's see what this mountain of resistance at 28,000 will do. So far, we have to be bullish on the weekly scale. Here we have our 4-day allocation chart. Someone is drinking G4 Madeira. I'm not sure what Madeira means, but G4 is one of my top 5 favorite tequilas. If you're ever in my house in Panama, my apartment in Panama, the only tequila I have at the apartment is G4. So it's the only country I've ever seen G4 tequila for sale. And I can buy it there at the supermarket. I can't buy any other good tequila. G4 is the only good tequila that Panama has. In all of Panama, the only legit additive-free tequila they have is G4. And I'm happy about that. Can't find it anywhere else, though. They don't speak any English in Panama. No. If you're going to live in Panama, you better know some Spanish. I don't know any Spanish. So guys, either learn some Spanish or, I don't know, get a girlfriend that speaks Spanish. Sorry, that speaks English, which is actually challenging. Good luck with that, guys. I get by. Use hand signals and stuff. Figure it out. Show the bottle. I don't have the bottle. There's no such thing as Brazilian tequila. Yeah, cachaca. Yeah, I tried that. I'm not sure why I'm on. I'm not sure why I'm there either. Let's go to the daily chart. The daily chart is looking really good. We have 2 full candles completely above the 50-period moving average. The 50-period moving average is declining, though, which is not good. And once again, you have resistance at 28,000. Nothing more to say. There's nothing really more to say here other than the CMF looks terrible. The MACD looks promising. The RSI looks good. And the funding rate on BitMEX looks good as well. This box will remain for now, and then we'll reevaluate. Had to sneeze, but I'm muted. All right, 4-hour chart, not interested. Moving on. Wow, see that? Look at that. We go up a couple of days, and suddenly, GBTC discount is rising. Wait till we break out. That GBTC discount is definitely heading back towards zero. Yeah. I'm going to open one more pack of nuts here and make a giant mess on the table. Not surprising. No, I can't wait to get on this plane and pass out. That's why I'm drinking. I really need to quit alcohol. And the wine at the airport lounge is just not good. The next funding rate is still useful, even with their low volume. You skip the allocation chart. I don't think so. Nothing's changed though. Still 20%. Yeah, I did skip it. 20% and looking good. Looking good, but it's going to stay 20%. We need to get above the 200-day in order to change that. So we get above 200-day, it's going to stay 20%. Hey guys, Financial Summit, 1 month away. 1 month, the 5th of November. We have maybe 10 rooms left. So jump in on this. We are going to be full. Everyone loves to buy last minute. And people are buying the unconfiscatable tickets. Price will go up eventually. Only room for 400. Poker tournament, only room for 100. Oh, I gotta update some speaker cards. Unfortunately, a few canceled. Oh, I think we already removed them. BDC sessions can't make it. So upset about that. Crypto couple can't make it either. Gotta update some charts. Hopefully Max and Stacy will. I gotta reach out to them again. Gold, not a good candle. Pretty shitty candle, actually. The worst weekly candle in a long time. But I think gold will be fine. I don't think it's going to go down too much. Would love to see it hit an MRI buy, though. No, not really. It's just starting a trend. No, it should reverse later this year. S&P 500. The daily S&P 500 hit an MRI buy 2 days ago. Look at that perfect MRI buy. Bad candle on Friday. Let's see how this goes. I still think this is a 1 to 4 candle correction. Maybe it already ended. Maybe it was only 2 candles. And now we're gonna go make new lows. That would be interesting. Yeah, I've had some caipirinhas, but that's a mixed drink. Has sugar. I had 1 or 2. I really try to stay away from sugar. Oh, I'm not doing a good job with this white wine, but well, today is Saturday. Nothing trading. So we move on. Oh, what's going on with natural gas? I'm really curious. Natural gas and oil. Let's see. Well, Germany is going to be in trouble. And oil pulled back. My guess is the government sold a bunch of oil on Friday. So we'll see what the numbers say next week. Well, look at that. The MRI tops on the bonds have done well. Guys, really, really important. The US dollar is going to hit an MRI top next week. It's possible that the US dollar has already reversed. Oh, I think I closed. Possible that the US dollar has reversed. We will see what happens next week. Huge week for the US dollar next week. Look at the last time we hit an MRI top on a weekly scale. This was nothing to sneeze at. Led to a massive correction. I don't think this will happen again. I think it's just going to be a 1 to 4 candle, and then we go higher on the dollar. Now, here's what I want to take a look at. So today or tomorrow or Monday, we're going to get the latest month's numbers. Where is the monthly thing here? Treasury monthly reports right there. I don't know if it came out on Friday or it's going to come out on Monday. So August should be out. If I go to monthly treasury reports, current monthly treasury statement, let's see what month it is. August is out. It's September 30th, August. This just came out. Wow, this came out today. I haven't had time to look at it. We're going to look at it together. Whoa, why is my computer not charging? That's not good. Do the outlets not work? What the hell is going on? Like the outlet stopped working. My computer almost just died. This just came out. This is the August report. We have one more month. That's it. Just one more month to end the year. Let's see what this looks like. And we're going to compare it to stuff, right? So what should we compare it to? We need to compare it to the same exact report 1 year earlier. This is huge. I'm really curious what the net interest is. Net interest is 69 billion this month. I believe this is last month's statement. Let's take a look. And we also should take a look at the same exact report at this time last year, at the same month last year. So we're looking at the August report of last year. So 1 year earlier, the August report. That's going to be our comparison. We're comparing the month before. I hope this is the month before. If it loads, Jesus. And also 1 year earlier, comparing apples to apples. Oh, it's not the report. Okay. So I still need one more. So I need last month's report. Actually, last month's report isn't that useful. But yeah, let's look at last month's report. And we might also want to take a look at the last year's year-end report as well. But then I'll get confused. There'll be too many reports. This is, what is this? This is August 31 of this year. This is August 31 of last year. So now we're going to compare apples to apples. Okay. So what I need to do actually is I need to change my screen share. Let's change screen share. Let's change screen share. I mean, I don't think I'm going to dox anything, so. And now I can set them next to each other, sort of. So get rid of this. So this is the same thing 1 year earlier. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to make it go that way. And I'm going to do this. Okay. So we're going to compare apples to apples here. It's good stuff. So at this month last year, we paid 56 billion. Sorry, we paid, how's net interest? 63 billion in net interest. Wow, that's actually large. This year, this month we paid 69. I thought this would be a smaller number. Interesting. Okay, a little surprising, but still. Okay, so 63 to 69. Remember, that is the line item that goes up exponentially. Okay. Now, let's compare them on a month-to-month basis. That's the only one that matters. Everything else, we need to compare the annualized basis, right? So this is, let me line these suckers up. Yeah. Okay. So this is cumulative till the rest of the year. There's only 1 month left. The only thing that's left is the month of September. We have 1 month to go until fiscal year end. So let's see. At this time last year, the government was making $4.4 billion. This year, the government is making let's say $4 billion. So the government this year, the government has made 10% less in tax revenue with 1 month to go. Okay. So this shows you that the US government, that 2023 has been a shittier year financially for Americans than 2022. That's observation number one. Okay. Now, the bulk of it is coming from individual taxes. Okay, you guys have to realize corporations don't pay any tax. You know how you have that bullshit politician that says, I'm going to make corporations pay their fair share? They're lying. Corporations don't pay taxes. There are no corporate tax revenue. All the revenue is coming from the suckers that work for corporations. Okay? Any savvy businessman avoids paying taxes. This is another reason why you should own your own company and work for yourself and not for some company. Okay, all the people that pay taxes are employees. Okay, they also collect a ridiculous amount of money in Social Security and retirement benefits, and they almost pay all of it out. In a few years, the amount of money they will have to pay in Social Security will be bigger than the amount of money they collect in Social Security. And that's going to be another drain on the deficit. Let's go on. Oh, this is such bullshit. Look at this. Look at this. You see this tiny little deficit? You see this giant deficit? Now look at the number. This number is 946 billion. And this number is 1.5 trillion. Look at this bullshit. This is a government report, right? This is hilarious. Look how tiny they made this line this year, and look how huge they made it last time. And in reality, the deficit this year is like 50% higher. This is hilarious. Am I the only one that finds this funny? Like let me not use that word. Some moron from the movie Idiocracy will look at this and say, wow, what a tiny deficit we have this year. That's not a big deal at all. Look how much smaller the line is. And then you look at the number, and the number is almost double the size. So this year, the government is already this looks like almost 600,000. So we have 1 month left. So this year, the deficit will be 60% larger than it was last year, regardless of the scale of these graphs. My God. So look at the number, guys. Don't look at government graphs. Just look at the numbers. Freaking insane. And so that entire number basically is the revenue. People aren't paying taxes. And it's not because they're not cheating on their taxes. It's because they don't have the money to pay. So this entire $500 billion gap is mostly represented by the shortcomings in revenue and the additional net interest. Net interest this year is 630 billion. At this time last year, 471 was the year-end number, wasn't it? Wait, what month is this? Yeah, August 31. 471. What was the year-end total? Let me see. Hold on. What was the year-end total? This is last year's year-end. 561? I don't remember it being 561. Wait, that's fiscal year 2023. Whoa, wait, hold on. Something's wrong here. Something's not right. It's the July report. Wait, is this the July report? No, this is the August report. Why am I looking at the July report? Oh, this is last month's report. Okay. This is last month's report. Okay, that's why. So last month. So look, let's compare last month to this month. So last month, our deficit was actually higher. So this is July 2023, and this is August 2023. So basically, a lot of taxes are people are probably filing their taxes late from like the year before or something. So you can see how the deficit was higher last month than this month. So you can see it in individual incomes, in taxes. Looks like, yeah, so last month the government didn't spend as much money. They made more money than they spent last month, just last month. So the deficit actually fell by 100 billion from last month to this month. But next month is the big kahuna. Last month is the year-end number. So after next month. So let me go back here. Let me click on this one more time. And I want to open last year. Actually, I don't even need to open. I can just look at it over here. What was last year's fiscal year 2022 net interest? Net interest is my most interesting line item, as you guys know. Where is it? By department, here by function. Net interest last year, 475. Interesting. Right, 475 at the end of the year. So did they not pay interest in the last month? See, this is what's strange. It was 475 at the end of the year, but it was 471. So it was only 5 billion in net interest in the last month. I need to verify that. I need to verify that. So we're going to look at last year's final report. Yeah, yeah, these things are supposed to be to scale. They do think you're stupid. They think you're stupid. Right? I mean, they have to. Where is the other report? Did I close a report? July. I might have closed the report. Shit. Did I really close a tab? I need August 23. Where did August 23 go? July 23. That's last month. I'm going to close last month because otherwise I'll get confused. I don't really need it. I want last year, but what the hell happened to the latest month? Somehow I closed this tab. Oh, I didn't close the tab. I'm stupid. It's over here. Okay, so where the hell's net interest? Yeah, so net interest is not even here. So apparently, last year, in the month of September, the US government did not have any net interest liability. It was in this other section, right? Because look, at the end of the year, the government owed 475 billion in net interest. And this year, the government owed, sorry, and the month before that month, it owed 471. So this is August 22. They had to pay 63 billion in August of 2022. But then in September of 2022, can I make this smaller? In September of 2022, there is no net interest here. It must have been in the other category because the difference in the totals between these two is 475 versus 471. So in the last month, that's why this is why we look at net interest and not debt on national debt, because I explained it in other videos. Because net interest factors in the interest that the government earns from other departments holding government bonds. I know it's weird. So they kind of net each other out in a way, sort of. Again, it's weird. So it's interesting that this number 630 billion could be our end of year number. And I'm really interested in seeing what next month's number will look like. Because this month, the government paid 69 billion in net interest, but then next month is the final year, and that's when other departments that happen to be profitable pay interest to the treasury. But this year, there may not be any. So we will see what happens next month. I want to see this number north of 700 billion in net interest. And next year, it's very likely net interest will jump all of these things and be ahead of national defense. Now, speaking of national defense, let's see how we did this year versus last year. Let me make sure this is last year. So at this time last year, the government spent 686 billion on a national offense. And this year, they've already exceeded that at 736 billion. So, yep, there's, in case you're wondering, where's the 100 billion to Ukraine can come from? Well, you see it right there. The Ministry of War has spent an additional, what is that, 14 plus 36, $50 billion this year. Also, the Social Security payments are getting higher. So you see how the income tax is getting lower. So total receipts, not even 4 billion. At this time last year, 4.4. And at this time last year, Social Security was 1.1 billion. Now it's already 1.2. So this is only going to go higher. American population is aging. And if the Democrats think that all of these illegals they're letting into the country are going to work, on the books and pay taxes, I don't know what planet they came from. And yes, it is hilarious how small this is compared to social insurance, which this ain't exactly the scale. On the flip side, it was a little bit bigger here. I don't know. They gotta get this shit to scale. It's not hard. Like put the damn things to scale. I mean, it was a little bit big here, right? Like here, it's way bigger than this. Like, shouldn't be hard to get these things to scale. I have not seen Willy Woo's post. I don't believe futures suppress the price of Bitcoin. I don't. I don't believe in the futures. I mean, I heard this. I heard this about gold for decades, decades. That the futures market in gold and silver is suppressing the price of gold and silver. I eventually grew out of it. All right, guys, I need to go catch my flight. It was great looking at the government numbers. I can wait for the year-end statistics, and then we will take a look. I did grab, if we look at raw data, I recently added the government's latest projections. So in 2020, before the interest rates started to rise, these were the government estimates on net interest. This is specific net interest estimates. I don't care about the rest. And these were the estimates a few months ago. So in 2023, they are estimating 660 billion. And just a few years ago, they were estimating 320. So the current estimate for 2028 is 960 billion. This number I expect to be double by 2028. I expect this to be at least twice as high. At least twice as high. I think this will go up a lot more. I want to keep track of how they're estimating this stuff. I don't know how often they estimate it, but the next time I see it with different numbers, I will grab it. I actually don't remember where I got this either, so I have to go and find them. Oh, but I know, no, it's tables, these tables. So table, I have it all here. Yeah, you guys want this spreadsheet, by the way? There you go. Let me know if that works. I think I have it set to public. Anyone with the link can access, no sign-in required. Let me know if this works. It's a massive spreadsheet, guys. It has all of my links. It has the oil, stuff. I do everything in spreadsheets and everything in Google Docs, so I can easily share it. I wish I had time to really mess with this data. Yeah, these are your estimates. So don't confuse net interest with interest on debt. There is a whole other part here. Oh, it works, great. There's a whole other part. It's by function. This is by department. These are natural resource, water. This is by function and subfunction. Okay. Department. Let me see here. Do they have interest on national debt? I wonder. Man, it's like Netscape in 1990s as I wait for a picture of like Cindy Crawford. A few of you will get the reference. US federal budget. US total interest paid. There it is. No, wait. That seems a little high. That's 3 trillion. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. Interest on debt net 710. Well, that seems a little higher than what the report says, but US total debt, I don't know where to get that number. Let me see. I know it's in a spreadsheet somewhere. I just don't know where. Function. Let me see here. Interest on treasury debt gross. Okay. There it is. That's the number. Interest on treasury debt gross. 901. So let me see what that is right now. 901. That may not work actually. Shit, there's 22 of them. Do they have department numbers? They don't. Okay. Okay. Yeah, 27. Interest on public debt. Boom. Interest on treasury debt gross. Excellent. Total interest on public debt. There it is. No, I'm looking at the wrong report. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Here. I do need to catch a flight. Interest on treasury debt securities, gross. There it is. No, that's not right. Yeah, it could be right. That could be right. Interest on treasury. There's 4 of them. Interest on treasury debt security gross, 677. What the hell's the difference? Interest on public debt, total interest on debt securities. So what the hell's the difference between this and the other one? Department of Treasury, interest on treasury debt gross. Yeah, what are these two numbers? Fiscal year to date, comparable period prior fiscal year. Okay. That's it? Just 677? Yeah, that makes sense. So that's the number, 807 right there. So that's how much debt. This is 864. I have to dig into the number, see what the difference is. So this is how much. Oh yeah, 807. There it is. So what the hell is the difference between these two? Current fiscal year to date. Okay, budget estimates for full year. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, 807. The numbers line up. This is what they're expecting at the end of the year. See, this is how much interest the government pays on its debt. So every year, the government has to pay $807 billion on this. This is US national debt. The government pays 800 so far. Well, they're estimating that they're going to owe at the end of the year. They're going to pay, the hell is it? At the end of the year, they're expecting to pay 864. It's not going to be a billion. I don't know where people are getting this billion number from. And it's 864. But then it's the net interest because this gets lowered by some of the money that they made. All right, Chris has a question and then I'm going to go. Are there any charts or metrics you can look at to see whether the US residential real estate market is bullish or bearish now and mid to long term. It's the real, I mean, there are charts, but I'll tell you from selling my own property this year and selling my parents' property now, I can tell the real estate market has turned. It is slowly going down because the interest rate is high. So the seller has to compensate the buyer so that the buyer gets to level off their mortgage payment. All right, I'm going to close this. So they don't have that $807 billion number. The hell is that? Where'd that come from? By the way, this is the real crazy part. Almost $200 trillion in unfunded liabilities. This is insane. This is also an American debt plus this debt. You add these two together. This is completely insane. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. And wow, US unfunded liabilities are about to be higher than US total national assets. Wow. Insane. Talk to you on the next one, guys. I gotta go catch my flight.